Okay.
Controlling techniques in Jiu-Jitsu. Pinning, picking up, and transportation of opponents. To be able to defend yourself with relative mild techniques, Jiu-Jitsu has a wide range of very effective controlling techniques. Already in the upright position, there is the preparing for the pinning on the ground. The defender controls how hard the attacker will hit the ground. When he's on the ground, he has to be turned onto the stomach. There has to be weight applied to the attacker, and there has to be a locking technique to control the attacker. Here, release the grab. The defender tries to go for an armbar. The attacker retrieves. The defender turns the arm, now goes into an armbar, brings him to the ground, onto the stomach, applies weight with his knee on the back, and gives a shoulder lock. He crosses the hands on the back, and he asks the attacker to close his legs and make him long. Once more. Control, long legs. The attacker grabs, the defender throws, applies a straight arm bar, applies pressure to the back, both hands on the back, legs together and long. The attacker grabs, the defender blocks, throws, pulls the attacker up to straighten his arm, kick to the head, turn him to the stomach, apply weight on the back, turn one arm and the second arm to the back, and he orders that the legs have to be stretched out and closed. Throw, lift, pull, kick, control, long legs. In this technique, the defender tries to do the same thing, it just doesn't work. The arm of the attacker is not going to be straight. There's a very important principle in Jiu-Jitsu: take what the opponent gives to you. Take what you can get. We explain it here. Entrance, the same thing. Now, the defender cannot get the arm straight, so he uses the bent arm, twists this arm, and moves the attacker onto the stomach position. Then the same end, both hands on the back, straight legs, closed together or crossed over, control. See it again in normal tempo. He can't straighten the arm, he uses the bent arm and controls the aggressor this way. Here the attacker brings the defender down on the ground, and the defender ends up with the attacker in a straight armbar, and then a hammerlock with the legs, and now a double hammerlock. Slow motion. The attacker throws the defender. The defender pushes with his right hand to the chin and inserts the right foot at the hip or at the thigh of the attacker. He pushes the leg away to bring him down. Then he inserts the left foot in front of the chin, pushes this leg away, and this way applies, through pulling the hand up, a straight arm bar to the elbow joint of the attacker. He tells the attacker to be calm, turns the arm, applies a hammerlock with the use of his left leg, and takes the other hand into the hammerlock position as well. Throw, push, pull the leg away, Bring the left leg in front of the chin, apply a straight arm bar, move into the hammerlock, and control the other arm as well. Ask for closed and straight legs. In this technique, the defender goes into the headlock, and the attacker again brings the defender into the stomach position. Now he controls him, gets him up, and can transport him for a short while. Attack, neck lock. The defender goes for the face, pulls the attacker down, takes the arm, turns the attacker on the stomach, asks for the second hand and to close the legs, straighten them out, controls the hands, and asks to stretch the free hand out so that there can't be a weapon in it. This transportation is only for a short while. If the person is supposed to be transported further, wait for the police, they've got handcuffs. In this sequence, the attacker goes for the neck and tries to choke the defender. The defender throws, goes into the controlling technique, and can transport him this way. The free hand is stretched out, no weapons in there, no surprises. Choke attack, grab the hand, elbow, try for a hip throw. The attacker counters, grab the front leg, pull, bring him down, interlock the right leg in the right knee, turn the attacker on the stomach, put weight on him, got a knee lock there, take his left arm on his back, apply a hammer lock, put the weight on his back, control his head, pull, bring him slowly up, and have the free hand out. Once more from the side, counter to the throw, throw with the leg, knee lock, weight on the back, keep the weight there, control the left arm and the head, and you can move. Counter a low kick with a low kick yourself, and go into a choke with an overextension of the spine. Both hands are high up so that you can see them. Low kick attack, move away, give a low kick, go for a choke, bring the hip behind the back, overextend the spine, and have the arms out. Now you can carry him. Attack, move out, kick, choke, overextend the spine, arms out. We finished this topic of controlling techniques with an example how to control a person in a team. How to bring him down, pin him, lift him up, and transport him. It is not important which techniques the two defenders use. It's just important that they don't work against each other. If one has a good technique, the second tries to support this technique. Of course, it is easier when you can talk beforehand about what to do. The attacker pushes one of the defender, low kick, bring him down on the stomach. You've got one straight arm bar on the right and a hammerlock on the left. The eyes and head are controlled and he can be taken away. Once more. Attack, low kick, bring him down, turning on the stomach, hammerlock, straight arm bar, weight on him, tell him to come up slowly, control his head, and transport him away. Give me the money. I kill you. I warn you for the last time. Give me the money. Defense against weapons. The defense against weapons is one of the hardest areas in self-defense. In this video, we cover in the beginning defense against knife and stick attacks. Later on, we see some possibilities against threats with firearms. We start with the knife. No martial artist, no matter how experienced he is, should have the illusion that he can defend barehanded against an experienced knife fighter. Under some circumstances, one single slice or stab might be enough to kill the defender or at least make him helpless. There are a few rules you should try to obey once you face an attacker with an edged weapon. Try to escape whenever it is possible. It's always more sensible to avoid a fight than to fight. Try to keep distance or make distance between you and the attacker. The attacker has to cross this distance and this gives you time to react. Try to bring an obstacle between you and the attacker. Try to use any everyday tool for defense if you cannot escape. And if all that didn't work and you have to defend yourself empty-handed against a knife attacker, try to control the weapon arm, disarm, and use the weapon yourself for defense if necessary. Now you see a few scenes how a realistic knife defense can look like. Here, the defender is being threatened right in front of his house. He cannot escape, so he uses the only tool he has as a weapon, his shopping bag. He hits the weapon hand, the aggressor drops the knife, and he goes for the bag. So, whatever you have, use it to neutralize the weapon of the attacker. Of course, the contents of the shopping bag help the defense this time. In this scene, you see how two defenders are threatened by a bad loser. You can realize how fast the attacker can change the threat from one defender to another. Here one person gets mad, the situation gets out of control, and he draws his knife. He threats one person and he threats the second. One defender uses the table as an obstacle, gives a kick to the head, the other kicks the knife out of the hand, and then they escape as fast as possible. If, like here, the defender has no chance to escape, and also there's no tool that he can utilize for defense, only long, intensive training and a good portion of luck may help him to survive this situation. Defense against knife attacks. First, we show you the numbering system that can help you to practice knife defense in your training. Number 1 goes from right diagonally down to the left. Number 2 goes from the left diagonally down to the right. Number 3 comes from the right and goes horizontal to the left. Number 4 comes from the right and goes horizontal to the right. And number 5 is a stab straight to the stomach or the abdomen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each attack can be either a slice, like here, or a stab, like you see now. Of course there are more angles, but this should do in the beginning to start with knife defense.